Are there ghosts in this cemetery? We went to find out, and some mysterious lights were seen. I'm from an investigative group that goes out and tries to uncover the truth about haunted places, and tonight we are at an old cemetery. It is said to be haunted by several spirits, both of which are very angry. So with all of these scary stories, let's go ahead and start walking around and see if we can find any ghosts. And apparently, they don't like it when people come and walk around here because if they do, they will hear footsteps following them, even though they're all alone. It is also said that a ghost dog can be seen running through the graveyard at night. There was a family that came through earlier, and they said that they were going to stay for Ghost Watch night. As we round the corner to go over by the mausoleum, I notice something strange. I stop and take a few steps towards the light, and as I get closer, I notice that it is coming from behind the mausoleum. I stand here watching it for a few minutes, trying to figure out exactly where it's coming from. Then I look down and I see that it's coming up through the cracks in the concrete. There is a small light that I don't remember seeing before. I decide to sit down by the mausoleum and wait to see if anything else appears. They don't believe me and think that I'm making this whole thing up. So they re-gone, nah, spend the night here in the mausoleum to prove that there aren't any ghosts. Apparently there is a ghost that haunts the church and moves objects around inside. Maybe this mist is connected to a ghost, maybe not. About 3 hours pass and we haven't seen or heard anything, and my team still doesn't believe me. But then I shine my flashlight up and down and notice that there was a beam of moonlight hitting the mist. After all, moonlight hitting the mist can make it glow and reflect the light. It was reflecting the light and creating a bright spot on the floor. I tried to feel inside with my fingers, but it was too small for me to reach in. I stepped closer to the altar and shined my flashlight underneath to see if I could find the source. Suddenly, I saw something strange, and after about 10 minutes, they come back out. I told them that I didn't hear anything and that we should probably leave. I decided to move on and search somewhere else. And as I turned around, I saw my friend standing by the door with wide eyes. Either way, I think it's weird that it would suddenly start coming out of the ground after so many years. There was nothing inside of the hole. I looked around to see if there were any other holes, but I couldn't find any. This one was a mystery. At first I thought it could be steam, but it's cold outside. We stood there for a moment not saying a word, so that shouldn't be possible. The temperature is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is way too cold for any type of steam to be coming from the ground. A local historian saw my video and reached out to me, said that he used to visit the cemetery often, and that when he learned that the mist was coming from underground springs, it was right in front of us on the ground and it was glowing bright white. I had no idea what it was or where it was coming from. It scared me because I had never seen anything like it before. He showed me a map of the cemetery and pointed out the exact places where the mist had appeared. Sometimes when you go looking for ghosts, you end up finding something even weirder. Plus, there were no objects moved or messed up. But right as they were leaving, they said they heard chains dragging metal moans. It seemed almost friendly though, and it definitely wasn't acting like a ghost. And I'm glad that we were able to uncover the mystery of the mist. I walk along the wall until I can see what's on the other side of the tomb. My heart skips a beat when I see what's actually there. This mist is white and seems to be moving on its own. We can't see where it's going because it's too dark, but it almost looks like it's heading towards the door. That when everyone stays in the cemetery all night long and waits to see if any ghosts appear. As you can see, it is pitch black outside. There is no moon tonight. This is the perfect night for ghosts to come out and play. And once again I saw the mist, but this time it seemed to be coming from behind the altar. Because the sky is so dark, it makes it easier for us to see apparitions that might be glowing in the darkness. We've been walking around for about 20 minutes and have yet to see or hear anything. So far nothing has happened, but apparently these ghosts only like to show themselves to certain people. There are lights all throughout the cemetery because it is so big. But this one is small and yellow and looks almost ethereal. Before I tell the others about what I found, I want to get closer and try to identify where the light is coming from. It is a white mist or fog that is emitting from the ground. This white mist looks like it's coming from under the mausoleum and it's floating into the air. There are several places where the mist is pushing its way up and out, almost as if something underneath is trying to escape. I told my team to meet me back here by the mausoleum, and they arrived just as I finished explaining what I had seen. For the next hour, we take turns keeping watch while the rest of us try to sleep. We're getting ready to pack up our things and leave when my friend says that he wants to check out the old church, that S, in the middle of the cemetery. So we walk over to the church, and as we approach, we see another strange mist coming from inside. I say that I'm going to wait outside while the others check out the church. They all leave and head inside. They said that they walked through the mist and saw nothing inside. I decided to check it out for myself, so I walked into the church. I couldn't see anything at first because it was too dark. At first I thought it was weird, but now it seems pretty normal. But there's still the question of where the mist is coming from. In the concrete underneath the altar, there is a small hole, and I mean small. It's about the size of a dime. And when I shined my flashlight down inside, I saw that it was empty. I couldn't figure out where the mist was coming from. They said that they heard a loud bang inside the church, and they were unsure what it was. They agreed, and we started to walk away. When we got about 10 feet from the church, the mist appeared again. I stopped and watched it for a moment, and then suddenly it moved. It wasn't moving fast, but it was advancing towards us. I stood there mesmerized as it slowly floated forward. After about 5 minutes, the mist reached our feet, and then without warning it vanished. Then we all started to laugh because we had no idea what that mist was. We packed up our things and headed home, still laughing about the weird mist that we had seen. The next day I went online to see if anyone else had ever witnessed the mist or knew what it could be. He said that he knew what the mist was and he was willing to come out and show me. Apparently there are several places in the cemetery where the ground gets wet and even has small pools of water form. He said that there is nothing paranormal going on, and that the mist is just a natural occurrence that happens every now and then. To be honest, I'm relieved that there aren't any ghosts haunting this place. Still, I think it was cool that we got to experience something so unexplainable.